สวัสดีทุกคนนะครับผมบุ๊กนะครับ
เอาปวดโอ้สวัสดีผู้ชมวันนี้มาเจอผมอีกแล้วแสนซีนะผมวันนี้ผมมีนี่ครับพิ้วเอาปวดโอ้เอาปวดโอ้สวัสดีผู้ชมวันนี้มาเจอผมอีกแล้วแสนซีนะสวัสดีผู้ชมวันนี้มาเจอผมอีกแล้วแสนซีนะผมวันนี้ผมมีนี่ครับเอาปวดโอ้เอาปวดโอ้สวัสดีผู้ชมวันนี้มาเจอผมอีกแล้วแสนซีนะสวัสดีผู้ชมวันนี้มาเจอผมอีกแล้วแสนซีนะผมวันนี้ผมมีนี่ครับเอาปวดโอ้เอาปวดโอ้สวัสดีผู้ชมวันนี้มาเจอผมอีกแล้วแสนซีนะสวัสดีผู้ชมวันนี้มาเจอผมอีกแล้วแสนซีนะผมวันนี้ผมมีนี่ครับเอาปวดโอ้เอาปวดโอ้เอาปวดโอ้สวัสดีผู้ชมวันนี้มาเจอผมอีกแล้วแสนซีนะสวัสดีผู้ชมวันนี้มาเจอผมอีกแล้วแสนสวัสดีผู้ชมวันนี้มาเจอผมอีกแล้วเอาปวดโอ้เอาปวดโอ้เอาปวดโอ้สวัสดีผู้ชมวันนี้มาเจอผมอีกแล้วแสนซีนะสวัสดีผู้ชมวันนี้มาเจอผมอีกแล้วแสนสวัสดีผู้ชมวันนี้มาเจอผมอีกแล้วเอาปวดโอ้เอาปวดโอ้เอาปวดโอ้สวัสดีผู้ชมวันนี้มาเจอผมอีกแล้วแสนซีสวัสดีผู้ชมวันนี้มาเจอผมอีกแล้วแสนสวัสดีผู้ชมวันนี้มาเจอผมอีกแล้วเอาปวดโอ้เอาปวดโอ้เอาปวดโอ้สวัสดีผู้ชมวันนี้มาเจอผมอีกแล้วแสนซีสวัสดีผู้ชมวันนี้มาเจอผมอีกแล้วแสนสวัสดีผู้ชมวันนี้มาเจอผมอีกแล้วเอาปวดโอ้เอาปวดโอ้เอาปวดโอ้สวัสดีผู้ชมวันนี้มาเจอผมอีกแล้วแสนซีสวัสดีผู้ชมวันนี้มาเจอผมอีกแล้วแสนสวัสดีผู้ชมวันนี้มาเจอผมอีกแล้วเอาปวดโอ้เอาปวดโอ้เอาปวดโอ้สวัสดีผู้ชมวันนี้มาเจอผมอีกแล้วแสนซีสวัสดีผู้ชมวันนี้มาเจอผมอีกแล้วแสนสวัสดีผู้ชมวันนี้มาเจอผมอีกแล้ว
experiences in Ethereum in a fairly short time, which is being a Casper validator. So who here knows what a Casper validator is? In Ethereum, who here wants to be a Casper validator? In a fairly short time, which is being a Casper validator. So for those who don't, Casper is a proof-of-stake algorithm, and a validator is someone who has a pile of ETH and deposits it into a smart contract and runs a node that basically signs coins with the same key that controls that ETH in order to participate in Ethereum's consensus algorithm, keep the network running. In exchange, you get rewards if you do your job correctly, but in Ethereum's consensus algorithm, keep the network running.
Let's do it. Let's go, and we're live, guys. Welcome to another episode of Good Morning Crypto. Only here on Ivan Tech. We are, of course, broadcasting live straight out of Stockholm, Sweden, and we do this show each and every day at 8 a.m. Central European time, guys. I come to like an atomic clock each and every day. Today we have massive news. This is very important, emergency, urgent video for everyone who hodls Bitcoin because we have interesting development. Number one, we do see whales shorting like hell as we're speaking, like hell. We do have a whale putting 100 million. Number one, we do see whales shorting like hell as we're speaking, like hell. We do have a whale putting 100 million. $1 short, which is very, very important. He did it on Bybit, as far as I understand it. This is quite important to discuss. At the same time, we do see important bankers coming out and saying that Bitcoin is right now like gold was in 1970, not in 2000, like gold was in 1970. And if you look at the gold chart, you see what happened. We're gonna discuss this very, very historic event in gold history, when gold basically went from $200 all the way to $2,000 in 10 years. And all in all, we are seeing right now a lot of bankers come out and say, look, this is going to happen to Bitcoin as well. It's very interesting how much they're changing their mind. Also, we have fantastic news coming from the Senate. As you know, we do have a hodler in the Senate right now, a hodler propagating for Bitcoin and really pushing Bitcoin adoption. I want to really show you a very important clip where she shows how committed she is to Bitcoin, and you know that we already covered the fact that she is in Senate now. And listen to this, I'm gonna show you more. I just want to tease you a bit, just listen.
So I was always looking for a good store of value, and Bitcoin fits that bill. Our own currency inflates. Bitcoin does not. It's 21 million Bitcoin will be mined, and that's it. It is a finite supply. So I have confidence that this is going to be an important play.
It's insane. How surreal is that? How surreal is that? That one guy publishes a PDF on the internet 10 years ago. 10 years later, we do have senator from Wyoming hodling and saying to everyone, hey, we gotta hodl this, we gotta hodl this. But as you know, personally, I'm not as excited as many people when I see things like this, when you do see senators speaking, because you know, it's like, it's a bit worrying, because some senators will say, look, dollar is the most important thing we have in America, okay? So this thing is becoming big. I do now see my colleagues speaking about this. Imagine Shermanator, Brad Sherman, who's very anti-Bitcoin. Now he sees that, you know, whoa, Cynthia is speaking about Bitcoin. That guy is speaking about Bitcoin. Bankers buying Bitcoin. We better stop it before it gets too big, okay? That's my only worry. I would rather have Senate not really speaking a lot, to be honest with you. I would rather have that, all right? But all in all, of course, it's good that she's that she's a hodler. Guys, we're gonna look at the charts. We're gonna see where Bitcoin is heading in the near future. We're gonna see exactly what's happening to Bitcoin in the near term, in terms of the daily chart, in terms of the weekly chart, and also in terms of the hourly chart. It's very important to see, because I think next week is gonna be absolutely huge. Absolutely huge. And we're gonna discuss topics that you don't see anywhere else. That's why it's so important to smash the like as soon as possible. If you are watching this on YouTube, do it as soon as possible. Why? Because you need notifications. You need to smash the like, subscribe, bell button, and all. Subscribe, then bell button, and all. You need to press 3 buttons: subscribe, bell button, and then all. The most important thing here is that you get videos each and every day. Otherwise, you will be missing critical updates on the market like this one. And YouTube will never tell you. YouTube, it's almost like they want information for themselves. They don't want to share it with you. So you need to be very serious to them, and you need to tell YouTube very seriously. Look them in the eye and say, hey, I need Ivan, I need all notifications, I need each and every day Good Morning Crypto. So that's why I'm pressing like, I'm pressing subscribe, bell button, and all. That being said, also guys, welcome everyone who's watching this live on ivanotech.com/live. How are you all doing this fantastic Sunday? Today's Sunday, we're doing the show each and every day, Monday, Friday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Sunday, Saturday. Guys, welcome. I do see already big boy pants, big strong guys, generation 1, generation 2, pumpkin pants. I also see when you're watching the stream, always pull up your big boy pants, because Forceback, Philip again. I do see Andreas. I do see Ships and Miguel. What's up? 1, 2, 3, 4. Drizzy. I do see as well. Francis, Rook, Hodl. Let me know exactly where you're tuning in from. Big shout out to Lexington today for doing timestamps. He is the substitute teacher now that Mr. Nate is gone. He's sleeping or something this weekend. So we do have substitute teacher Lexington today doing timestamps. And let me know what you're drinking. Today I'm drinking black coffee, no milk, no sugar. As always, no milk, no sugar. Now, Let's go into the markets. We do see Bitcoin today plus 1%. We do see ETH today minus 0.1%. We do see XRP plus 2.8%. We do see Link minus 0.1. We do see Bitcoin Cash, Bcash minus 0.9. We do see Litecoin plus 0. I mean, all in all, quite sideways, guys. Nothing too exciting here. Looking at the big gainers, though, we do see DeFi coming back stronger than ever. As you can see, only DeFi coins pump really hard these days. When markets are recovering, when altcoins markets are recovering, you do see Sushi, Rune, Aave, Salt, Solana, we do see Uni, Comp, Ocean, Bal. I mean, almost exclusively. Look at this. Look at it's almost exclusively DeFi coins. And then you have Engine, not really DeFi. But all of these, I would say, are DeFi coins. Absolutely insane. So you see which industry is really the strongest one right now, despite the ups and downs, prices going up, prices going down. It doesn't matter. The fundamental strength right now is in DeFi. Looking at the biggest losers, we do see Ample, we do see Cell. But what is this? 5%? This is not a loser. This is not a loser, guys. And you know that next week on Thursday, we do have another trading webinar. For everyone who missed the trading webinar last Thursday, this is your second chance to get in and learn how to see the big pumps before they happen. Very important, especially in a bull market. When we do see these crazy ups and downs, you have to know this. How to land perfect entry and how to land perfect strategy, perfect exit strategy. I will be showing to you my personal strategy, how to do it, and how to ride parabolic moves without selling too early. All of that you're gonna learn on Thursday, so click the link below the video as soon as possible and sign up. Now, guys, here is where we have to discuss the probabilities. You know that yesterday I did show you the probabilities that were 70% to the upside, 30% to the downside, and I do think that today I keep them, I don't change them, that we do see 70% chance that this breaks to the upside and we continue our journey towards the all-time highs of 19.9, 19.8, almost 20k, but 30% still very significant percent of downside today. And looking at the weekly chart, if you just look at the weekly chart, you do see that we're so extremely bullish. And right now we've had so many weeks in an upward trend, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. 6 weeks in a row, we have just bullishness. And it's very seldom that we do see these trends continue without any pullback. I mean, the last one you could say is maybe this one from the Corona dump, where we did see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks of insane bullishness, and then it even continued. But this was very special circumstances. This was the Corona dump when we went to 3.8k, all the way from 10 to 3.8. So I wouldn't say that it is really applicable to compare this trend of bullishness to this one. And if you exclude this one, it's not a lot that we see. I mean, the last one was when we went from basically all-time lows here at 3k during the 2019 times, early 2019, and we pumped all the way to 14 during 2019. Maybe that's the last one, but all in all, you see that this is very special times, and it is extremely bullish. But we will go back sooner or later to the moving average, guys. And you can look at the 9-week moving average, or the better one to look at right now would be the 21 moving average. And so this one is all the way right now down at 11.3. So I just want to show you that, hey, don't get too overly greedy, because in a bull market, of course, we go down, we touch it all the time. As you can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4 times we touched it, 5 times we touched it. So this, 21 weekly moving average in a bull market, we'll touch it so many times. So the market is not going anywhere without us confirming this 21 moving average. Of course, this one moves up very quickly. You know that basically in a week, probably it will be already here in a few weeks, and it doesn't mean that we will go to 11.4. It could mean that we just go back to 13.8. Let me actually move this. This thing is a bit too low. This thing right here, I want to put it at 13.8 right here. So it could mean that this 21-week moving average catches up to this one, and we revisit that. But one of the most important things to note is how far away we are right now from moving averages. And as I told you yesterday, when we really talked about these percentages, that I still keep, it's all about momentum now. Looking at the hourly though, I think this is quite important to discuss. We do have right now the hourly trend go from bearish to bullish on the BSI level. So let's see if this thing really continues. And often, as you know, on BSI, at least we print 10-20 candles in a trend. Sometimes less, but all in all, this is very short term. Of course, this is hourly chart, and we're speaking about 10, 20, maybe 30 candles. So we're really only speaking about 1 day ahead, maybe 1.5 days ahead in terms of this short term trends. So right now, it seems that on hourly, we are shifting to bullish. And we do see this trend line going all the way from the beginning of November on the hourly chart that we unfortunately broke here on the 14th. We are now below it, so this probably will be as resistance. And this is something the Moon also discussed on his video, which you should watch. Go to the Moon channel. And this is important because right now, you know, when Bitcoin is not really doing a lot on daily scale, there is not a lot to talk about on daily scale. I mean, when you go here, it's basically like it was yesterday. So all action right now is happening on the hourly, okay? So you can only look at the big moves. For example, on weekly, you see that we're probably gonna go down to 21 moving average with 30% chance, I give it. 70% chance, I still keep that we do have this momentum to the upside, although it's looking less and less, guys, okay? I don't want to spread fat, but it just, I need to tell you the honesty, okay? The honesty, how I'm looking at this. If this thing doesn't continue to pump, if we do have a red candle printed here and then tomorrow another one red candle printed here, and we're losing momentum in the parabola, then it might be time. It might be time. And already tomorrow, you know, I would already be adjusting this to something like this. And on Tuesday, I told you I would be saying that this is 50-50 and let's just wait for the market to tell us. Right now, I'm still keeping it like this, but this might change quickly, okay? It all depends, you know, will we lose momentum? Also, like I told you, you know, the analysis still stands that I mean, my worry is that we'll see something like this, like we did see here in July, that we see a nice pump, and then we cannot hold the momentum. I mean, it looks so nice here. We went from 9 all the way to almost 13, 12.4. It looks so nice. Everyone thought we were gonna go to the moon, but then we lost momentum, as you see, and then we entered a few months of bearishness. So this is what we don't want to see, but as you can see, there is some likelihood here. There is some similarities with us now losing momentum, just like here, you know, we start printing this one and then this one. So look, still I give it 30% that will go down in the immediate short term, basically next week, but these percentages I will adjust quickly. So basically the new thing from yesterday's analysis that I really want you to look at right now is number one, the weekly moving average now being at 11.321 weekly moving average, and probably we will revisit the moving average and it will be probably a bit higher. And then also right now the only thing we can really look at that is a bit interesting is on the hourly right now, okay? On the daily it's sideways, but on the hourly you do see a bit of action. Probably we will go back here to test this at 16.3 and I hope to Satoshis, okay? I am reading the gospel of Satoshi and I am kind of praying a bit to Satoshi, holding my prayers that we break through it and we have a nice big juicy candle to the upside, because then it would give new life to our daily chart as well, and then it would give more parabola to this move. It would give the parabolic move a bit more strength, so we don't have to go back in the immediate short term. But at the same time, look, I'm not even sure that this is something that is that important. If we go back to 13.8, I mean, imagine we go back there. Imagine we right now drop and we have a big nice drop from right now all the way here. It's only like 13%. It's not even a lot. I mean, a bigger drop, which we also should, by the way, expect sooner or later. It will come. It will come. The question is when. But, you know, a bigger drop could be all the way to this cloud right here. And I'm not discounting that either. But all in all, as you can see, I'm not super super excitingly, insanely greedy right now, and not super duper crazy bullish right now, because it's not as clear. It's not, of course, from a hodl perspective, it's good times in Bitcoin. We all know that. From a hodl perspective, we are going to 20k probably in the immediate short term, probably already in 2020. I do expect us to go to 20k, but in the immediate short term, I have to be honest with you, it's not that I'm super overly jumping from joy, okay? Jumping from joy that we're gonna go right now in a straight line, all right? And sometimes we do jump from joy when it's so clear, so beautiful that we break certain level and then the pump continues. But right now it's just the fact that, hey, it's like it was basically yesterday, a bit more interesting right now on the hourly to look at this trend line. And yeah, so this is what I'm eyeing right now. So let me know if you agree with that analysis or disagree. And tomorrow, if nothing really changes to the upside, I will shift this percentage down to 60 and downside to 40. And then already on Tuesday, it's gonna be 50-50. So yeah, there we go. But of course, from a hodl perspective, man, we're living in such amazing times. we're living in historic times. So really what we're talking about on hourly, on weekly, who really cares really if you think about long term, all right? But I know many people are trading, and trading is very, very important, and there are many opportunities in trading right now because we're so volatile. You will be looking at this bull market, so much volatility. It's insane trading opportunities, no question about that. But look here, Citibank also right now exposing clients to astronomical target of 318. This is a bank, okay, a banker who is saying to their clients, look, Bitcoin could go to 300k, okay? Why do they say that? Well, not necessarily because they like Bitcoin, because it's competing with many of the features they provide. At the same time, you see, if you are you manage other people's money and you don't tell them about Bitcoin, still in 2020, you will be so irrelevant. Your clients will be so angry at you. They are probably already angry with you because you did not tell them about Bitcoin for the past 10 years. You've told that this is, you know, many of these banks, they've lost their clients so much money by simply not buying a bit of Bitcoin. Man, just buy 0.5% of your total portfolio in Bitcoin. Nobody will blink an eye if you lose this. I mean, if you truly think that this is something worth looking into, which obviously everyone understands, but then you're so politically motivated and so convinced and you hope Bitcoin goes to zero that you don't even put 0.5%, man, it doesn't make sense. So right now, more and more of them are shifting their mind, they're shifting their advice. Why? Because you simply cannot ignore it right now. And this is interesting. You know that in 1970, something historic happened. Nixon, Mr. Nixon, Uncle Richard Nixon came out, he said, hey, dollar no longer connected to gold. And he did it in 1971, and here, and you see what happened to gold. Wow, we went from 250, bam, all the way to 900 a few years later, and then bam, all the way to 2000 a few years later. This was very, very historic. Now, Bitcoin is the same, because you know what happened in 2000 and 8 and 10 and 9 and so on and so forth. You know what happened? Well, we did see some historic stuff as well, which was, of course, the negative interest rates, which was, of course, the situation with all central banks going absolutely nuts, absolutely nuts in 2008. And that is when Bitcoin was created. Oh, this chart doesn't go, doesn't go all the way. But you get the point. Let me go to Bitcoin Liquid instead, which actually goes all the way. So, bam, 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 bam. Not really all the way either. Man, there are no good charts that go all the way, but obviously Bitcoin didn't even have a price before 2010. It was very, very, small markets, but you get the point, okay? You get the point that all in all, what we've seen is a historic time, 2008, all bankers start printing like mad, M2 money supply goes up, M money supply goes up, every kind of metric goes up in terms of, for example, balance sheet, central bank balance sheet, everything goes up. So this is historic times, absolutely historic times, and it is now compared to gold, like gold was in the during the times of the 70s and 80s. And you look here at the chart, it was insane. We went basically from 200, and then here in 74 to 1k, and then according to this chart, bam, in 80s we're already here. Quite interesting, quite interesting. All in all, guys, good times ahead. Now, we do see already Wall Street, you know, through Grayscale, they're just buying and buying and buying. GBTC, buying and buying. We do have Grayscale buying this week. Just this week, they bought 15,000 Bitcoin. How many Bitcoin did you buy this week? Okay, these guys bought 15,000 Bitcoin, which is $241 million. All right, and now they hold 480,000 Bitcoin, representing 60% of all Bitcoins in the ownership of publicly traded companies. Huge, absolutely huge. This is something that will just go up and up and up and up and up. And these guys already are holding 2% of the supply, approximately. I think it is 2%, approximately. Well, we can easily calculate it. We take this number and then we divide it by 18 million. You know, we all know that, you know, max cap is 21 million, but there are also many coins lost, and all of them are not really mined yet. So if I just do 18 million, it will be a better representation. So yeah, approximately 2% they are holding. And all in all, this is huge, guys. I mean, Wall Street are holding 2%. We do see a lot of other publicly traded companies holding a few percent as well. And you see that it is fantastic. Some people might say, oh, no, it's the bankers again. They're buying our currency. I thought we're all gonna just be hodling for ourselves without any big players entering. But once again, it is my philosophy that we need to go to trillions, right? Because as we do see more and more senators speaking that Bitcoin is amazing, like this lady right here from Wyoming. Let's listen to this call. Actually, this is extremely good. I'm not saying this is bad, but also I am saying that when Bitcoin discussion really picks up in the Senate, I don't want it to pick up right now. Okay? I would rather them not speak about Bitcoin and let us know. Now that they are speaking, I don't know, guys. It cannot be only good. But this is of course amazing. The fact that she speaks, amazing. But let me give you my thoughts even more after we listen to her.
Senator-elect, you got another first under your belt. This one very interesting. You're the first senator to own Bitcoin. I'm going to be fully transparent here and say I'm not well versed in Bitcoin, but I know that there are a couple people who believe, yes, you should be an advocate for this type of currency, and then there are other people who are raising some concerns that this could be a front for money laundering or for some sort of tax evasion. Where do you stand? Do you hope to bring Bitcoin into the national conversation?
I do hope to bring Bitcoin into the national conversation. I'm a former state treasurer, and I invested our state's permanent funds. So I was always looking for a good store of value, and Bitcoin fits that bill. Our own currency inflates. Bitcoin does not. It's 21 million Bitcoin will be mined, and that's it. It is a finite supply. So I have confidence that this is going to be an important player in stores of value for a long time to come.
Well, we are more well-versed now.
Yeah, amazing. Look, it is amazing. I have nothing to say that is not. It is amazing. But look, the thing I don't want is Bitcoin being discussed in Senate. I don't want it because, you know, if she is bullish, you will have 50 other guys who are bearish, who think that this is a threat, who will really take first. Yeah, this is Rich Wifey, by the way. We found her. This is Rich Wifey. Probably this is her. Yes. By the way, Cynthia, if you're watching this, big shout out to you, big shout out to you. But look here, the thing I don't want to happen is this even being discussed in Senate. I don't want it. Let us be by ourselves, discuss other things, discuss tax, discuss something else, discuss unemployment, discuss who's the president, okay, discuss that. Let us grow, okay, let us grow. We go to trillions. Because when we are at trillions, it's unstoppable. It's too big to fail then. Because all pension funds, everyone is already in Bitcoin. At this stage, if Cynthia starts to discuss it, I mean, my worry is that Sherminator will creep from his cave, okay? Brad Sherman will creep from his cave, and he will have 100 other guys who will say, okay, now that we're discussing Bitcoin, we are very, very concerned because dollar is being undermined. We're very concerned about this thing. We better nib it in the bud, okay? Like he says, you see, somebody likes, he's tweeting. He's tweeting. He knows that all of these countries like Iran, Venezuela, they like Bitcoin. So, you know, this guy, Sherminator, Brad Sherman, he's already tweeting, hey guys, we're gonna do something, all right? And you all remember this. I don't want them to discuss it, okay? I want this guy to kind of forget it for a few years. But see, this is, yeah, if anyone is anticipating this Sherminator,
a bill to outlaw cryptocurrency purchases by Americans so that we nip this in the bud, in part
also, he wants to nib it in the bud. What is that, guys? Is it like pinch, or what is nib in the bud? I love the expression though, like nib it in the bud. It sounds very interesting. I am not really sure. I have that kind of pinch something, like pinch maybe some kind of pimple, like nib it. I don't know. Yes, let me know.
Because not an awful lot of our international power comes from the fact that the dollar is the standard unit of international finance and transactions. Clearing through the New York Fed is critical for major oil and other transactions, and it is the announced purpose of the supporters of cryptocurrency to take that power away from us, to put us in a position.
Yeah, so is he even re-elected? All right, let me actually check, because it would be very nice. It would be very, very nice if he is not re-elected, all right? Where is this? I don't, look, I'm doing this live. I don't even know where to check it. Is this where you check this? 30th Brad Sherman. Guys, update me in the chat. Is he re-elected or not? Let's see. This guy, I hope he's not, because look, we need to constituency. He's still 30th district. He's still to the present day. Yeah. Look, you probably know better about the political system here. Where do you check it? It's like current status. Anyway, guys. Maybe you can check. I don't want to spend too much time. I don't want you to look at me searching this thing. But let me know in the. Let's see. 97. Is he re-elected 2020? Let's see. Anyway, let me know in the chat. Do some research, guys. Let me know, and I will cover it when you find the answer. But so this is key. I don't really want discussion in Senate. I just want us to grow kind of under the hood, under the table, under the carpet, kind of, and then we jump forward like a big 900-pound gorilla that even Shermanator cannot take. Okay? Because Shermanator can nib us in the butt when we're small. When we're small, you know, 200 billion, it's so small, guys. You know, if somebody wants to nib in the butt, they can easily do it right now at 300. We need to go to trillions, and we need to go quickly, okay? Right now, we're these ants, financial ants, like I call us, okay? And it's not because it's derogatory, it's because how small we are. And that's why when we're speaking about all of this, you know, publicly traded companies, funds, they better get in. We need to go to trillion. 50 billion, it's nothing, guys. It's nothing, guys. So all in all, they don't know. Okay, they don't know. So all in all, you understand that when they discuss it in Senate, I would rather them not discuss it in Senate, all in all. And then maybe when we're big enough, they can discuss it a bit more. Now, short term also, we have this. Bitcoin Whale putting 100 million short on November 15th on Bybit after various on-chain data hints at well-induced BTC sell-off during the next week. So during the past week. BTC Whale placed 100 million on Bybit according to Twitter tweets, and also this is seen in the order book, of course. And this is key to understand that it's both bearish and bullish. It's bearish, of course, because some guy is really bearish now and using Bybit for short, but this is also bullish. You know why? Because if the market tells him, hey, we're bullish, he's gonna get squeezed, he's gonna get absolutely destroyed. You know that when shorts are getting destroyed, they become squeezed, which means that they push the price up. What happens when you short? You basically, technically, what is a short? Huh? Do you know that? I will tell you. Technically, when you short, this is what happens. You have to buy. You have to borrow. Sorry, you have to borrow. So how does a short work? Number one, you borrow the asset you want to short. Number two, you sell the asset. Okay? Because you think it's gonna go down in price. So you sell the asset, you get. So when you sell it, what do you get? You get USD, for example. And then you hope it goes down, because then you buy back at lower price, return loan, and pay interest. This is how it works. If you think that something is gonna go down, you borrow it, you sell it as soon as possible because you think it's gonna go down. Then when it's time to close your short position, you buy back at lower price, and then you need to return this loan of borrowed asset, and probably you have to pay some interest. That is why all platforms have, you know, funding rate, because you have to, especially when you do leverage, then you need to also pay the interest for leverage and stuff. But this is the basics. Now, what happens if the price actually goes up? It doesn't go down. Well, you get liquidated. You get absolutely destroyed. You get liquidated. So you see, you need to buy back. An important thing is that when you close your short position, you have to buy back, okay? So you push down the price when you open the position because you actually sell the asset. But when you close the position, either because you are finished shorting, you've made a profit, then you have to close your position. So by doing that, you automatically push up the price a bit because you have to buy back the asset. Now, if you open a short like this guy did with 100 million, and the market tells, hey, we're gonna go up, you thought we're gonna go down, we're gonna go to 17k, we're gonna smash up, we're gonna smash to 20k, we're gonna go to 30k, he will get liquidated. And this will, of course, add even more buy pressure, okay? So when you have this big short position announced, don't only look at it as something negative. Yes, I mean, when he does open it, he pushes the price down. But if he gets wrecked, imagine the wreckage, the momentum of his buy pressure. So that's important. All short positions, sooner or later, they will turn into buy pressure, okay? That's important, because they will have to be closed. And whether it is a lower price or a higher price, they will have to be that's quite interesting because, you know, they sell but they have to go back sooner or later. Yeah. So that's it. Let's see some more metrics that I keep looking at all the time. It is this one. I mean, this one is also, it's overbought, guys. It's overbought right now in terms of percent of entities in profit in Bitcoin. That is why I'm not jumping from joy. Okay, I'm not jumping with all my money, throwing it into all kinds of, you know, 100x long positions. I'm not. I'm just I'm a bit cautious now in terms of trading because there are just too many things that are overbought. Number one, as you remember, just how far above we are the 21 weekly moving average. Number two is the fact that you do see us being quite far above the cloud here as well on the daily. That's quite important. On the hourly, you do see this resistance that we talked about previously. So this cloud is on the daily I'm looking at as well as potential target to the downside. All in all, I'm a bit cautious, guys. I'm a bit cautious. Let's see what else. Yeah, I mean, other than that, there are no too big important signals right now in terms of on-chain. So guys, that being said, let's roll a short blockbuster and we're gonna go into the Q&A. Questions, answers, debates. So let's do a quick one and then we go. So this is a blockbuster with a very important, let's see, this is, someone says check Bollinger Bands on weekly. Okay, let's do it quickly. Maybe it's something interesting. Let's see, bam, there you go. Yeah, I mean, we're pushing to the upside like crazy here as well. So this is the 20, setting 20. So is that what you wanted to show? All in all Bollinger Bands are on the upside. All of them. So guys, let's roll a blockbuster. I'm gonna roll a bit longer blockbuster because I have to run do something, but in a few minutes I'll be back. So yeah, watch this longer blockbuster, do some push-ups. Probably you can do a few push-ups. If it goes to black screen after the blockbuster, you know that I'm still not back, but I'll be back very, very soon, guys, in like a few minutes. So guys, do push-ups, then we'll do Q&A. Q&A very, very
back in the compound here in Cagliandoro, and this is a very, very special occasion because Jun is back, Balisa Jun, Becoming's Moments is here, and Master Chef Jundi is here. But speaking of that word Master Chef, all of these guys are actually amazing cooks, especially Jun. You just haven't seen it yet. And what we're gonna do today is we're gonna have a Master Chef Cagliandoro style. They're already getting serious over there. Each one of these guys has gone and got specific ingredients for a very local but delicious Filipino snack. Am I correct? Filipino? Yeah. Are these all Filipino, Dundee?
Mine's Chinese.
Okay, Chinese, Filipino, one of those. Okay, anyways. Your time right now, it's 5:15. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
30 minutes. Here we go. Master Chef, Cagliandoro. Go, go, go. Alright, we're coming in here right now. This is the GoPro action cam footage here in the compound. We got Becoming's Moments in time. What's going on?
Yo. Mine is very easy. I will wait for them to like 5 minutes. Let you start. This will be very quick.
Right now we see Becoming's Moments. He's cutting bread.
Huh?
Alright, anyways, back to, it looks like here we have some sort of giant hunk of what looks like fake the daily supply of gas. What?
Oh no.
Okay, Jun, can you explain to the viewers?
Look, it works, right? Oh no.
What? Okay.
There, see?
Can you please explain to the viewers at home
What I'm making?
No, what this hunk of this is? What is that?
This is maling, and it is. Let me read what it is. It's a luncheon meat from China. It's an Asian luncheon meat.
Okay, but
We're not going to use the spam. Spam is just there for decoration.
Oh, so you're gonna? So this is more hardcore.
This is more. I think I'll go with something more authentic. Where we are, and what people use.
Can you describe for everybody at home what you're actually making?
I'm making a very famous dish that we call sushi nejunjun.
Sushi
Ikai, chup that. ชุบก่อนเบอร์ 2เข้ามา
Alright, you keep going, man. Whoa! Wow! Look at that.
ซ้ายมือมาตัวนึง
I gotta
ถ้าจะเป็นบอทไม่เป็นไร
action cam. I'll be back. What is going on, man?
I'm making the Filipino
เจอดูชมทานแล้ว
version and social media version of chili con carne.
Okay, this is a Filipino version / social media. What is social media version?
Just for social media show.
This is chili con carne. Chili con carne.
I don't know if anyone.
Actually, so these are all just because you feel like it?
No, I make it every time at home.
Are you serious?
Yeah, every time.
Oh, there you go. So he's frying vegetables. Spring onion. Okay, can you explain what is going on here, man? Do you know what's going on? What is this? What have you done, man?
I'm cooking what we call pizza dos.
Is that ketchup on bread?
Yeah.
So far, Boding is sliced bread to look like a pizza and placed ketchup on it.
Sorry, I have only hot dogs left in my refrigerator.
That's all the hot dogs you have?
I will, find ways. We can find ways always.
For the spicy.
Jun, coming over here. GoPro action cam.
Yeah.
How's the rolling going?
For some reason, this rice is making sticky, and I can't get it.
Who cooked the rice?
This guy, he's sabotaging it.
Becoming moments. Did you sabotage the rice?
No, hey, you should thank me because it's my rice. The rice now is very
Forgot to
expensive.
buy rice.
Is it very expensive? Pila kilo.
Like 55 per kilo.
Mahal oil.
Oh my gosh, what do you got going on here?
The other two contenders, they may get shock.
Is this a special pizza with cheese?
Yeah.
Pizza de dos garlic.
Pizza dos gani.
How's the presentation coming? It's not bad, no?
Oh, you know what? Okay, I see what's happening here. Jun.
We have to sample as you go.
What's the I see you have two types of mangwon here.
Yeah, but then we have,
why did you go with these?
This is my personal favorite, the suka. And actually, I don't know which is the difference now. Really.
What are you doing now, man? Hold up. What is going on?
I'm
You put-
microwaving it.
What? You put the pizza in the...
Yeah. Oh, I have no, pugun.
Would you consider a oven social?
Oh yeah, I know this one.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's yours. It's not mine. I can afford this. I just borrowed it. It's not mine.
How long are you cooking it?
Just a tamba.
Did you just push your neighbor out of the way? Did you just push you out of the way?
Oh wait, it's not good to. I don't know.
Oh, you're parenting. I get it. Okay, sige.
Not good to. Wait. Oh.
in Bisaya?
Kagod.
Kagud? Kagud the cheese? Well, why do you kagud the cheese?
I don't know. This is a pacham. Another pacham. Pachamba. Wait, I will add something. Wait, I will look for your in your apartment.
Are you going to really? Alright, he's going to my house to find things. This is very Filipino.
Oh yes! Bread, mabirek, relax. Just a little pepper.
We're back. We're back. All in all, don't forget the completely free tracing webinar, which is gonna be on Thursday. So if you missed the last one, you have a new chance. You have a new chance. So we're gonna discuss how to see the big pumps before they happen. Number one, how to land perfect entry, and how to also land perfect exit strategy. I'm gonna share my personal. Hey Ivan, what is the future potential for big boy bands, NFTs? Is that the most important thing with NFT is community. The best thing is just to email a coin and stuff like that. You should have been there when they released. If you had, for example, Trust Swap, Swappy Swaps, and you stake them, you could have gotten in way earlier. I mean, that's the whole point with being early. Which projects among Polkastar, Polkaswap, Bondly Finance, Akala Network, and Moonbeam promising? I don't know which one is gonna be the winner at the end of the day. I have my bags in Polkastarter 100%, and a few of the other ones. But you don't know. Look, it's so early. Polkadot ecosystem is very early, so you don't know whether it's gonna be Polkastarter or Polkastarter and Polkaswap. They do very similar things. Polkaswap is Zora, as you know, it's in the Zora ecosystem. Sora, yeah. And Akala, amazing project. Moonbeam is very different from. See, these projects you list, they don't even do the same thing, because Moonbeam is EVM, Ethereum Virtual Machine, on Polkadot. And I know this is highly in demand. But they're very early. I don't even think, they don't even have a coin yet, right? Because I spoke to Moonbeam a few months ago, they didn't even have plans to launch 2020. So I think they're quite interesting, but it's in the future. And I know there's a lot of demand for them, for the use case. Hey Ivan, if you've been thinking to trade all Bitcoin for wrap Bitcoin, why? You want to use DeFi or what? I think it makes sense, but look, it's not real Bitcoin. If you don't have a specific plan what you're gonna do with it, it doesn't make sense, because you have a counterparty risk, and that is BitGo. I think BitGo is the one that is issuing wrap Bitcoin, because wrap Bitcoin is a centralized stablecoin. It's a centralized stablecoin pegged to Bitcoin. It's not as ETH and wrapped ETH, okay? Wrapped ETH is completely decentralized. You know, it's just smart contract. It's very easy. But wrapped Bitcoin, you have a counterparty risk, okay? So I'm not too sure whether you should do it, because it all depends on what you want to do. Do you want to participate in DeFi? You want to do some lending? What do you want to do? But a trend is huge. The trend going from Bitcoin to Bitcoin on ETH, it's huge. Many people do that, but they have plan. They have specific plan. What do you want to do with it? Do you want to use it in some kind of lending application? What is the point? Because if you're just hodling, then it doesn't. Then I would say absolutely no. Why would you do it if you just hodl? Ivan, where are you going to put your all-time high gains when you think it's near the top? You mean where do you put? Well, you cash out basically. You cash out. Do you mean where you reinvest them later on? Well, I mean, at the end of the day, you want cash flow, okay? So crypto is very important to understand the cycles in, okay? So in crypto, you don't get a lot of cash flow in a good enough way. I mean, I know there is staking, there are a few other things that you can earn, but it's very risky, okay? Things can break. DeFi, having the lending operations in DeFi, to me, it's still too risky to put any big amounts, okay? People are doing that a lot. But all in all, the goal is, of course, to build up capital. And crypto is amazing with that, if you're able to play the markets correctly. So you have capital, and that capital from the beginning, of course, will be in whatever currency you sell your gains to, whether it is USD, whether it is Euro, doesn't really matter. But then the next step would be to put it, for me at least, into low risk, extremely low risk, because I don't want more risk, okay? When we already have this crazy market, personally, I'm thinking extremely low risk. Cash flow positive assets, okay? Such as, for example, you have rental properties, whatever, really. I mean, low risk, okay? Low risk. Cash flow positive. You build up nice portfolio, you can hodl for decades, okay? But of course, a lot of crypto is still good to have, but it will all crash by 80-90%. So I'm not one of these guys who tells you, I'm gonna hodl minus 1%, and then we're gonna hodl. It's very nice. You can why instead not put it into low risk cash flow producing at the end of the day, okay? At the end of the day, because we've been discussing this a few times already. But I know some guys, they say, hey, I'm so happy I did not sell. I am so happy I did not sell at 20k. Maybe it's some kind of rationalization, because they say I'm a true hodler, fiat is dirty, it's all dirty. So instead I sold here, okay? You remember I showed you it's important, guys, it's very important to take profits, because most guys on Twitter who say, no, I'm just gonna hodl. In reality, they all sell at the worst possible time. Look here. I've been showing you this chart already. This is a map of spent bitcoins. Where did people actually spend? At what price levels? And as you can see, most people did not sell near the peak. They did not sell on the way. Here they were hodling. They were like, oh no, fiat dirty. Hodl, dirty fiat, hodl. We're gonna moon soon. Hodl. And look, it's fine. It's fine. But it's not really fine when you sell at 6k. You could have at least started to get out here at 18, 17, 15. But here is where they suddenly change their mind, okay? People who just go by the gut feeling, Some of them still hodl. They hodl, and they sell here. As you can see, these bubbles, they show where people basically sell, okay? And then they sell here at the worst possible time. This was during 2019. They sell here in the Corona down. And it's so I don't really agree when people say, I'm such a Bitcoin believer, I'm gonna hodl it no matter what. I mean, with some, of course, you can have some portion of the portfolio you're such ideologically convinced, and it is true that long-term Bitcoin will be very important. It will do great things. During the wave, though, it will fall easily 85 to 90%. Okay. So, and you can, by the way, do two things at the same time. You can take massive profits and still hodl a small portion as well. But to say that, Bitcoin is low risk, this and that, I mean, of course, it depends on how you see it, but Bitcoin could dump literally by 50% tomorrow, okay? So when people say, no, it's low risk, I don't know if they are intellectually honest with themselves, because literally, we can wake up tomorrow, Bitcoin will fall 50%, okay? It can happen. It happened already this year. You remember the crazy stream we did in March? I mean, literally, I woke up and it was minus 50 this year. So of course it's important to, I see people say it's pumping, very, very nice. We see now Bitcoin reaching, by 16 point, so now it's very important for Bitcoin to print nice candles to approximately 16.4. 16.4, basically we need on an hourly chart, let's go to hourly chart.
Hello.
We need to break this important the resistance. Which is now, I mean, if you really look at it, like I showed you previously, if you look like how it has been, bam, something like this, ish, drawing quickly. So now we need to basically smash this one like 16.4. Yeah, and you see we have started a bullish trend like I showed you. Anyway, guys, we're close. Yeah, but we still have 10 minutes until 1 hour. So what did I want to tell you? Yeah, it's important to cash out. Of course, it's important, guys. Of course, it's important. And Bitcoin is huge opportunity, but also a big risk. But the most important thing with Bitcoin is the ratio between opportunity and risk, because risk is huge, opportunity is also huge. But the opportunity disappears when we get insane mad gains. When Bitcoin is already at 100k, and you know how cycles work, you know that okay, the risk is still there, but the opportunity in this market cycle is diminishing with the higher we pump. It's just natural to think. So today, the opportunity to risk reward in Bitcoin is amazing. It's amazing. Looking 20 years ahead is always amazing, okay? But when you look at the short-term cycles, when Bitcoin pumps like crazy, then dumps 90%, you're sitting with the same risk all the time, but the opportunity short-term, of course, diminishes the closer we get to the peak, to the top. So to me, it makes perfect sense to cash out, and then you wanna preserve. Wealth, it's in some cases it's easier to get than to preserve. We see so many people losing wealth. In some cases, it is easier to get than to preserve. Okay, why? Because people enter God mode. They think they're a god. Okay, they think that like the guy we discussed, he earned 3 million in 2017. You remember a few days ago I showed you the story. He earned 3 million very quickly in 2017. He thought he's some kind of trading god, some kind of trading messiah. And he thought we're gonna go to 30 million, that he's gonna grow his stash to 30 million. Instead, of course, everything collapsed. He's now in debt because he owes for taxes. He also had debt, yeah. So, crazy. So don't go into God mode, okay? You need to really be very, when you have all of the different, and there are so many different ways you can see when the top is in, guys, and when it's time to take profits. I mean, maybe one of the easiest, you can look at thermocap, for example, this one. Let's zoom out and see but let's see, thermocap to, yeah, this one. When you look at thermocap, it was really peaking out right here at the top. You knew thermocap told you, hey, we're freaking peaking out. Here in 2015, thermocap told you we're freaking peaking out. Here in 2013, so this is 13 and this is 14. Here you also, it told you we're peaking out. So yeah, please don't underestimate this. So this was basically the peak at the end of 2013, and this was the peak in the middle. So you need to use, for example, this is a very nice indicator, and as you can see, we're nowhere near the peak right now. Another one is net unrealized profit loss. This one. When we enter the euphoria phase, when we get into blue, it's not good, okay? It's usually when we peak, okay? Right now we're still in green, okay? But when we enter blue, oh man, time to dump, okay? It is time to get out. If you don't want to have a nice ride to minus 80%, which everyone, of course, is welcome to do. Some people, like I told you previously, I know some people, they really, they are okay with going down minus 90% and hodling Bitcoin. But 99.9% of people, they don't want to go 90% down, okay? You probably understand why. Which one else can you look at? I mean, those are the two most important. There is also there are many different indicators for bottoms, but bottom is not really interesting now. We're way past the bottom, but pure multiple forms, you can see bottoms very nicely. You see when this thing goes into green, it's exactly where the bottom is. So this is more for bottoms, although it can also show peaks. This thing so yeah, on chain you can have many different indicators. The problem with technical analysis is that when we go to all-time highs, there's like no resistance, there's no support, where it's in free open. So technical analysis becomes a bit worthless at those levels. Instead, you need to look at on-chain, like we're looking now at PL multiple, net unrealized profit loss, thermocap, stuff like that. Yes. Ending the live stream was amazing. appreciated. The questions, the important discussion was amazing time. Thanks a lot. Hope you learned something. As always, that is the most important thing, that you guys learn something. You become a bit smarter each and every day. If you feel that's the case, be sure to smash the like as soon as possible on YouTube. Subscribe button, bell button, and all. Subscribe, bell button, and all. That's very important. So I see you all tomorrow at 8 a.m. because it is already Monday. Time flies, already Monday. Let's see, Lexington. Email me fast. Email me fast. Ivan@ivanotech.com. Yeah, I need it fast. Thanks a lot for helping out, of course. And see you all tomorrow, guys. Have a good day and goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.
신이 인간 세상의 악마를 풀어놓았고 악마는 평행 세계에 문을 열고 말았다.
만약에